Hey guys, how's it going? I wanted to do a quick track guide with you guys. Um, to start, turn 1. My breakpoint is that brown patch right there. I barely brake here, only because I want to carry as much speed as I can. Really trying to feel the grip of how much speed I could really carry through here. The aim is to go as wide as I possibly can, hitting the apex as late as I can, because I want to late turn in here, because the apex is all the way at the end back here. Excuse me. You want to try to get on full throttle as early as possible coming out of here. Use the curb if you need to. Right about here, I start my turn in. You're welcome to use the curb coming in here. The secret to Suzuka Circuit is that when you are, say for example here, you want to consider this as your new outside when you're using the out-in-out technique. You don't want to go all the way out, because now you're extending the track longer than you need to in order to get the fastest lap. Since we're in the middle, this is also the new out for the next out and out for this corner. You're welcome to use the green patch here. If you end up riding on the rumble strip, be careful not to press on the throttle or you'll spin there. Again, try to stay in the middle. You want to lift gradually. By the time you get to this point here, you're already off the throttle. You'll be in third gear here. If you see that orange flag on your right, as soon as you pass that, downshift to second. Reason why is because the LSD, the decel sensitivity, is going to bring the car towards the corner here. This corner tightens up as you go through. Again, you don't want to go any further than the middle. This part is also a late apex. You want to try to round it off as round as you can. Hit the apex late. Go as wide as you can. Use this shoulder if you need to. Carry as much speed as you can through here. And I brake at the end of the tires there on the right. Right about here. I believe I'm in 5th coming through there, downshifting from 4th to 3rd, and then turn in at the 50-meter board. You're welcome to cut here. I shift up, shift back down, shift again, use the curb inside. If you're here, you don't want to turn in at the rumble strip. You want to wait till you're past this area here, past the rumble strip area. For this part, you want to angle it so that by the time you hit the apex, right about here, this is when you start to brake. Just before this lamp here on our right. You want to brake and brake. You want to try to turn in as much as possible to get a straight line entry to this corner here, as much as possible. And then obviously you need to be in 1st gear before you hit this corner. The apex is late, but be sure that when coming out, you're easy on the throttle, because of the camber of the track is going to throw the rear end to the rear outside wheel. That's going to cause you to slip, so mind your throttle control here. You want to, again, don't go any pass further than the widest, the middle part of the track. You don't want to extend the track any further than you need to, except through here, because we need to try to carry as much speed coming through here, so you want to stay as straight as possible. Try not to get into that grass patch on the right. This is a late apex corner. And if you try to attempt this corner early, you're going to be pushed out wide. So try to hit the apex late there. And you want to brake at the 100-meter board, and your turn in is at the 50-meter board. I believe I was in 3rd gear here, coming in, holding that accelerating when I'm comfortable. The patch here on the right, the orange on the barriers there on the right side of the screen, is when I downshift from fourth if I'm in fourth, or if I'm in third, I just stay as wide as I can. This is a very important corner. I stay wide as I can because the apex is late here. You want to try to get it so that as soon as the turn starts to tighten, that point is where your apex is at. And by then you should already have full throttle coming into the exit. If you do it correctly, you will not need to use the curve there on the outside. It's there if you need it, but again, if you do it correctly, you won't need to use it. Here, this is executed at full throttle. You want to turn in and lift, not let go of not coast, but lift at the 50-meter board. As soon as you do that, you want to turn in, and your target is to get the rumble strip right on the tires there. But because of the understeer coming into this corner, you should be able to hit it just fine. I ended up needing to downshift using the LSD to pull me in. If I kept it in 6th gear, I definitely would have pushed out. If you hit that corner correctly, the 130R, your brake point is between the 150 meter board and the light there on the right side of our screen. As soon as that is out of frame, go ahead and brake. Your target when braking is the arrow, the right arrow. I'm gonna brake in a straight line, and look for the apex of this corner. You're welcome to cut if you need to, but the more important part of this corner is the last one. You want to make sure you get a good exit coming out, and that is a lap of Suzuka Circuit. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night.